Hello. Hello. I'm super excited. Super excited. I'm not watching any jury boxes right now. Sorry about that. Because it was one of the most boring things I've ever done. And I thought, do you really want to go watch this? No, you don't. So I didn't go down to the courthouse today. Well, I better bring my mic over. So I didn't go down to the courthouse today, but I will. I'm going to work really hard to get to opening statements in the morning because I'm going to do my radio show in the morning because I couldn't do it today. And that'll be fun. What is this? Hold on. So that'll be super fun for me to get to do that. But I heard from my friend Rebecca, follower, we all know her, Rebecca Rose, that opening statements start tomorrow afternoon, and they're going to do the large voir dire at 11 o'clock, right? Where they ask the more specific questions. Bingo! No delays. No delays so far. Really going to start tomorrow. I'm telling you what, if it doesn't, I would not want to be on the other end of Judge Everett's gavel. Would you? I'm going to move this down a little bit. I would not want to be on the other end of his gavel. Nah, I would be petrified. I would have movers at my house if I were one of these attorneys trying to get out of this tomorrow. That's what I would do. Hey, Mia, you're very funny. I'm going to show that photo. Very, very funny. So I shared a photo from True Crime Metrics, which I thought was brilliant. And our gal, Mia Wallace Extraordinaire. That's what she should be called. Mia Wallace Extraordinaire. Perfection. Harvey's body, well, she's just like her dad anyway. She's just like him. Nothing redeeming. Perfection. It's like watching paint dry. It really was. And then I went to, okay, so let me tell you. I got to go to the chiropractor yesterday. Feel like a new woman. Not going to lie. And then today, if you don't know, I'm Patty Wilson. I should start with that. I'm a real estate broker. I live in Tallahassee, Florida, and I follow the Donna Adelson complex trial, the Adelson crime family, as some say. Donna is supposed to have opening statements tomorrow at the Leon County Courthouse. Judge Everett is well, there's a few redeeming judges down there that help the justice system move along. There's several that are just trash, by the way. Judge Tiffany is trash. We'll call her trash. But Judge Everett runs a tight ship. So if you're coming to the courthouse, enjoy the whole experience. It is an experience to watch, and it makes you proud, to be honest with you. Every courtroom should be run like that because it's extremely efficient. He plays no punches. Just be very quiet while you're there. I literally unwrapped all of my coffee, like my cough drops, because I have a cough from this Wegovy I'm taking, the shot. So I had unwrapped all my cough drops today so they would not be in wrappers, so I would not make noise. That's how serious I am about don't make noise. But yes, jury pool was very boring and yet enlightening, right? So if that is a jury of Donna's peers, she's probably losing her lunch because yesterday only one guy came in a sport coat. And I think, well, there were two students that were really nicely dressed, but they were excused very quickly. Everyone else looked like they came in from the flea market, and I'm not kidding. Like, you're at court. There's no dress code, but there really should be. Really should be. It was bad. Really, really bad. And I mean, when Rebecca was sitting next to me and the people started walking in, I just said, oh my. It was a lot. So I'm sure it's a lot for Donna to have to witness that, but she didn't look much better. And in fact, Mia, in her brilliance, said that Donna Adelson was cosplaying a USPS, the Postal Service worker. And I thought, oh my God, that is the most spot on analogy of how Donna Sue looked that you can imagine. It was amazing. Amazing. She was quite messy yesterday and not much better today. Same clothes. You know, I don't know what's going on with some of what people hear and they report on Surviving the Survivor. But if they brought in a bunch of clothes for this woman to try on, okay, a bunch, and this is what was decided, come on. That's a mess. Like a mess. That's it? All of the clothes she brought in? I don't even believe these tales anymore. Hey, True Crime Wifey, how are you? Hello from Germany. How are you? First time catching the live. Thanks, Natalie. It's very kind of you to join us. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Love the spelling. Love the spelling of Rachel. I'm here, but baking bread still. Bet it smells delicious. I love when you know, I'm a real estate broker here in Tallahassee, and I love when people bake not just the cookie kind of thing, but the bread. It's great when you're selling a house. Plays Georgia by Ray Charles. Hey, Jay, how are you? Hey, Susie Q and Creative Minds and Melissa and Lakeside Lawyer. Hi. Hi, Patty. Hi, Lakeside. Get it, Judge Everett. I know. You can get your popcorn ready at home. Just don't eat it in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? I think Donna's going to wear the Harvey sweater every day in order to appear humble and relatable. She looks fat. Cannot wait for the trial. Watching from the UK. Thanks. Thank you. You're in Great Britain? Which country? Which one? How is Chris? Well, I have a little bit of news where my husband is concerned. So he was diagnosed recently with dementia, and they think it is lupus. That could be partially causing it. We don't have a confirmation yet because it's so viciously hard to get into a rheumatologist in this town. So he had knee pain about a year and a half, and it's really getting significant. And my goal with my husband is to just make the quality of life as best possible, right? So we can't go walk. We can't really do anything because he's in pain, even though he pretends he's not. He is in pain. You can tell. So we went to Dr. Bellamy at Tallahassee Orthopedic, and he's a friend of mine. And we saw his PA, physician's assistant here in the U.S., and this guy was fabulous. He listened to Chris. He listened to me. He wanted to give Chris a steroid shot, a corticosteroid shot. Well, my husband is bipolar and has been since well before I knew him. And I asked, honestly, I said, will this affect him? The last thing I need is a man who can't sleep. Like, he can sleep now, so that I don't need that. And I won't. I just can't have it right now. So he said, well, it's like a 2% chance. I said, that's too much. So they're actually giving him a pill called meloxicam. And what's kind of, I guess, newer for me is low-dose radiation in the area should help alleviate some of that arthritis. And I say, I'll take it. So they're scheduling that now. So he'll get a low dose. It's like a 6-second pulse of radiation to his knee. Brilliant. Non-invasive. Done and dusted. We'll see how he does. He said it's a 70-80% chance it'll be better, which is better than the 2% chance on the corticosteroid. So I'm quite excited about it. It might be a BITCH with the trial or whatever, because it's an every other day situation. But he comes first. Donna comes way last because she's just trash. As much as I want to be in the courtroom as much as possible, I want this man to be pain-free and have the quality of life. So that time is of the essence with him. But he was happy with the physician's assistant on the Bellamy team, and I was happy with how he spoke to Chris and how he thought outside. For me, it was outside the box. I had not heard of it, and was willing. He goes, because I'm ready to give him a shot now, and I said, well, don't stop that, because we just can't take another emotional roller coaster. We as in me, and Chris doesn't want it. He enjoys his sleep. He sleeps about 8 to 9 hours a night, which is more than I get as a female. So we're not interrupting that, right? We just can't hear it. Just can't hear it. Have it. Hold on, my buzz just went on me. Buzz just went off my phone for possible shooting somewhere, but I'll ignore it. So yes, my subscribers are called Patty Cakes and Patty Melts, because this is Patty's Playhouse. It is definitely getting real for Donna. You can't believe we're going to start. I'm telling you, you won't want to screw with this judge. So she is the extraordinary, a tally jury of her peers. To be in the wall of that cell while she's whining about the jurors would be just lush. Hi, Sandy. How are you? The paint's almost dry. Baby doll says she's living for this trial. Yes, over this already. That's funny. What kind of wave is that? Oh my God, just stump in, say, hey, Patty. Hey, Mona, how are you? How are you? The appointment went well. For me, I think it went well. Massachusetts every courtroom needs to learn from Judge Everett. I mean, we watch a lot. The next closest thing I really felt was Sarah Dugan, or not Sarah Dugan. Sarah Catherine is the attorney, is Suitcase Sarah in Orlando. That judge was pretty good. Donna wearing the same ugly cardigan. Yeah, it looked like the Walmart special. I know, I said that. Welcome to Walmart. I could not believe it. I don't understand why grown adults don't dress like they're not at a parole hearing. I don't. Move the bangs out of your face. Wash your face. I was just raised differently. Donna doesn't look too great either. No, but she is in jail. Who is dressing Donna? So if y'all remember last year, the rumor was they brought all these clothes in for Donna to try. No one had ever seen anything like it. And that's what we get, right? I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. Jackie's hair was better. Yeah. She's wearing the same suit, isn't she? Is Jackie wearing the same suit? I don't know if good flea market people are good for the state. If Donna's lawyers are any good, they can manipulate them. Nah. They look smart. I mean, they were grown. They were certainly paying attention. I said that yesterday. They were absolutely paying attention to that judge when he instructed them. Several people were down looking at their phones, while they were waiting their turn, but there were a lot that were paying attention. You think Jackie's dressing her? Patty, followers, good afternoon. It's Antonio. Hope I find you all well. So the jury is chosen. It won't be chosen until tomorrow. So each side has 10 strikes. 10 strikes. So I don't know how they're going to get I don't know how it works. They're not starting till 11, and opening statements are tomorrow, and they have over 100 people. I don't know how it works, but I will be there for it because I think it'll be interesting. Jurors' feet were televised. A friend of mine was in a horrible murder case in Miami, and her feet were televised back then, and it was a long time ago. I was a child, and her sister knew her feet, so that's why the sister knew. She knew her shoes, so she knew the sister was on the jury. You heard Charlie may testify for the defense. He wants to see mommy one last time. I don't know. I'm not believing anything until it's actually happening. I hate to say it, but after the last couple weeks, I don't want to believe anything until we see it. You know? They're obviously trying to dress her in a way that does not convey that she and her husband were going to bribe Dan with $1 million. I think that's accurate, Tiffany. So also, if you're new, because we've had quite a lot of people subscribing, which I'm very grateful for. Most of my shows have me interacting with the chat. So the chat, if you want to comment, that's great. If you don't want to comment, that's not great. You know, that's great too. That's not a problem. But I publish the comments and then I talk about the comments. Jury has not been selected. It was just the first round. So the second round is tomorrow, which is Thursday. It starts at 11 a.m. She is walking around like a 90-year-old, and I conveyed to you all, do not believe it. Do not believe it. I think there's a lot of who's the best salesperson in the room. It isn't Donna Adelson, okay? She's hobbling around like she still has shackles on, which she doesn't. They'll shackle her afterwards. She is free to walk in front of this jury. And it's just like when Charlie was there. He was up standing around doing his jam in a suit. She is not hobbling. I watched her walk quite well in shackles in the courtroom and the other courtroom. No bueno. Her hair looked better, softer than yesterday. Yeah, maybe they were watching because I said she should wear it down. When she wore it back, she looked like a homeless person. If the jurors dress bad, maybe they'll identify with her. It's a long trial. I hope they didn't buy every shirt in the pastel rainbow. Pastels are not her color, okay? She is a winter cool. She's naturally dark brunette. Pastels are not her jam. They make her look washed out, but maybe that's the goal. Clothes don't fit her anymore. They had to find more. Yeah. Many potential jurors wearing beat up tennis shoes. Yeah. I don't think they realized while they were there. And then 3 weeks, a 3-week trial. It's a lot. Most of those people didn't look like they could be off for 3 weeks. You know, everybody needs their checks. The Adelsons have 0, and their daughter starts with it. Today is the day their daughter is Wendi Adelson. Today, she's the unindicted co-conspirator. I said, now I know where Wendi got her style from, her mother. She's purposely dressing like a simple senior citizen who doesn't have much money and lives a simple life, says SD. Someone in my comments earlier on a couple posts I made with YouTube said that they were surprised she didn't have a moo-moo on. I wonder if they would be allowed to wear a dress. I understand she's never been this big, but Jackie can find her something decent to wear. Shop at Goodwill regularly and can put an outfit together that looks like $1 million. Hey, Gretchen, how are you? Did we discuss Jackie's wooden solidarity chair? No. Oh my God. I just saw that. Gretchen. Look at that. So, inmates, defendants in Judge Everett's courtroom, doesn't matter the trial, always sit in a heavy wooden chair, and it is heavy. The attorneys usually get a comfy chair. You know, these kind of stretch back, kind of ergodynamic. Chicky Poo Jackie is in a wooden chair. YB says we were talking about bread earlier, and YB says she bought a house once because there was a pie in the oven. Good for you. It's funny. Hey, Michael. Hello, everyone. I'm leaving my volunteer. We'll listen on the way home. Thanks for the trial info. You're welcome, Michael. Hey, Michelle. How are you? Wade Wilson from Tallahassee, by the way. He went to Childs High. A horrific murderer who's on death row in Texas. He was one in these sharp suits. Attorneys said later that came from Goodwill. But Wade Wilson is from Tallahassee. His parents adopted him, and they've since moved out of the area. Money does not buy you taste. True. I make a decent living, and I have Scott Coward. I have a gay guy who helps me because I'm not good at it. Donna wearing a button down like her lawyer, Jackie. Maybe she's telling us something. Maybe there's pineapples hung up in her cell. You know what I mean? They better keep Harvey out. He's messed up twice in photos. I'm telling you, it's not going to go well. Claudia predicts the trial is just 2 weeks. The defense. When was the last time a defense, other than Karen Reed, took 4 to 6 days? It's just not happening. Hey, Marta, how are you? Hopefully you sold that mansion yesterday. No, but I got a lot closer to it. I think they are going to try to build, but in the neighborhood that we saw. Fancy Fiction blocked me on Twitter. You know you can still see her stuff, right? You can't respond to her, but you can still see it. And Fancy, I like to call her, my new name, Fancy Felicia. Donna is wearing her attorney's clothes. Oh, no. I mean, this woman is 85 pounds on a good day, so I doubt that. I don't know. But the same style, like it's Elaine Bryant. You take meloxicam creative. How is it? Do you like it? Does it help you? Rebecca says being blocked by Fancy is an honor. They give Medicam veterinary medicine. I'm going to put ivermectin on his knees too. I have a topical, so I'm going to put it on his knees. She's a non-factor who needs her so many out there. I just have no time for that, so I get it. Aw, creative. She's so sweet. Interesting. Never heard of the radiation treatment. I'm going to look into it. Hope it helps Chris. I do too. I just want to be able to walk with him, right? Hey, Georgia, you coming down? Georgia Peach. I hope he gets some relief too. I just really appreciated that the guy was attentive and listening, because the first one he went to was not. So I wasn't there either. It was a year and a half ago, and Chris doesn't talk about the pain he's in. You know, I don't think he really feels it as much as he looks it. Hi, Nancy. You live here in Tallahassee too? Nice to see you. The excitement is building. What do you think Georgia's thinking tonight? Georgia and Sarah Catherine. Who do you think is going to do the opening? Do you think it's going to be Georgia? She did Charlie's opening statements. And who do you think is going to do? I should put that as a poll. I got to remember to do that stuff. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at my honor and my own thing, right? Let's see. Let me create a poll. Start a poll. Who will be giving opening statement? Georgia, Sarah Catherine. We'll do one poll and then we'll do another one. I have no idea, Paul. She doesn't call me. She doesn't call me. Hey, Olivia, can't believe we're going to start too. I can't. Lakeside lawyer agrees about the steroids. I know. I mean, he said it was a minimal thing, but it's not worth it. It is just not worth a stable man who's been stable for 23 years a steroid, especially when he's in the early stages of dementia. It's just not happening. I'm better off sitting at home with all my comforts. It would be sensory overload. It is surprising to me. I am an introvert. You don't have to believe me, but I really am. I think in my head all the time. And it is surprising to me being in a crowd of anybody. And this is a small area, even though it's a bigger area than the other courtroom, 3B, how much sensory is used, because you're trying to watch the jury, you're trying to watch the defendant, you're trying to watch the attorney speaking, you're watching the judge, you're watching, it's a lot. The bailiffs, you're trying to keep following directions, stand up, sit down, pay attention, be quiet, don't laugh, all of that. It's a lot to me. You can't wait for season 4. Well, this is season 4. We're hoping for season 5, right? Season 5. Claudia, I'm sorry I have that persistent cough. Claudia says she's amazed people don't dress accordingly, right? Donna looks like she wants to blend in with the lawyers. Oh, well, she doesn't. If that's the look, Paul, that's the least of the looks that she has. She looks like a defendant to me. She looks very tired. I think she looks very tired. Now you can see the weight she's gained, says Olivia. I think so. Let's see if they have any updated photos from today. Not really. Hold on one second. Let me go to my Twitter. Jeff Burlow, if you are on X, is a great follow. He is the reporter for the Tallahassee Democrat. He says, let me increase this. Jury selection is done for the day 6 seconds ago. In the murder trial, the court is still in session. Everett is discussing group jury selection set for tomorrow. Opening statements are set for the afternoon. So this is the big, the room. This is the jury deliberation room. I don't know who she is. I don't know who this woman is. That's Sarah Catherine. That is Georgia Kappelman. Of course, that's Everett. This is the court reporter. This is Josh Zellman. This is Jackie Fulford. This is, of course, the defendant. And this is the defense paralegal. So they have like cups and drinks and stuff, but this is what the deliberation room looks like. It's quite large. It's a nice picture. Alicia Devine is a journalist. She's the pool photographer, the photojournalist, and she is the only one who is allowed to take pictures. So I got a couple notices yesterday, was like, how did they get that picture out of there? Because she's legally allowed to take the photo. She wears a lanyard that says pool. She's a 30-year-old girl who's a mom of 2, who's, I'm telling you, fabulous at what she does. She was the one that Harvey decided to screw with. That's another case. Hold on. See if he wrote anything else. There she is. But I think she looks very, very tired. Parole hearings are in jail clothes. Apparently, defendants are supposed to wear pastels. Really? Let me ask. I always, if you're new, again, I am accused of pulling things up on the fly. And I do. I mean, it's a good accusation because I do it. So I'm asking ChatGPT. Not officially, it says, but it's very common strategy used by defense. So it says defense lawyers often advise defendants to wear soft, non-threatening colors like pastels, beige, light blue, or gray, because it subtly influences how jurors and judges perceive them. The idea is to make the defendant appear trustworthy. But then they have on black. So kind of like, I think it's a wash for me. She looks very tired. This is exactly how I expected Donna and to style herself exactly, playing up her age, to look as old as possible. If she were out in the real world, she'd never wear that thing. Society says it's okay not to dress your best. It's true. And it is true the flea market here closed, so it was a joke. Now we have like 4 more flea markets because now everyone wants a flea market. It's like Sarah Boone, can one of the females do your makeup and dress her? Hi, Susan Hicks. How are you? Melissa says we need more women than men, in her opinion. Can Jackie please cut or clip her bangs? There's that one photo of her where she really looks like Tom Petty. Let's see if it's up here. Not that one. There was like, that kind of looks like Tom Petty. There was a couple. Glad they're paying attention. Donna's hair does look better now than in a ponytail. I heard that the defense is trying to have the state not mention that Wendi changed the boy's name. Yes, there was a motion today by the state considering that. Sending good vibes to you, Susan. Please, as a 2-time survivor of cancer, Susan's cancer came back. She's a beloved follower. We love her. Okay, that has nothing to do with that. But yeah. So the jury pool is finalized, but there's another step. So during the step tomorrow, which doesn't start till 11, so they must be doing other things behind the scenes, they will ask more trial specific questions. So it's not done. And each side has 10 strikes. So they do, I believe, the first set in private and then it's public. I'm not quite sure. I didn't watch the last jury selection, so maybe someone can chime in and let me know. If all goes well today, I heard that the judge wants opening statements tomorrow afternoon. That is accurate. She wore it on purpose. I observed, says Hey Mona, the Monica Seminatelli jurors, and some were in shorts, some in jeans, 2 flat out went to sleep. Oh my God. You know, trials are expensive. And nobody needs a mistrial because you can't stay awake. Yes, like haggard old grandma until they hear the recorded calls. I'm telling you, I met that guy Chris yesterday, and he was like, I didn't know a thing. Oh, that's my phone. He didn't know a thing about it. A thing about this case. 57. I heard that as of this morning, there were 49. No, he wants over 100. So I'm sure there were over 100 for tomorrow. There were 64 yesterday that are coming back tomorrow. So there's well over 100. Hi, Moonchild. How are you? Charlie needs his boobala. They are trying to hide the evil with Donna by making her look pathetic. I gotta see. Did they have that? Oh my! People are just calling me even though I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb just a second. Hold on. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Oh yeah, she is in that chair. Look at this. God, that's good. The sympathy chair, Gretchen. Is this so they don't know who the defendant is? They can't decide between the two? I can't wait to see Charlie's face when he first sets eyes on Mommy Dearest. Neither can I. She is playing a victim. She could walk earlier in the year. Yep, she could. I believe she's emotionally eating. She has gained a lot of weight since she got arrested. Lori Daybell stayed slim even though she was in prison. I heard she runs an exercise group. They better be careful. She'll bury them. You agree with me? She's a cool winner. Jewel tones for Donna. Most likely the clothes from last year. That's what others said. Hi, BJ. She says, hey, Patty, thinking of you and hubby. I have taken meloxicam before for my knees, before my plate. It worked great for me. Hope it helps Chris. It's not addictive, or at least not for me. It's not supposed to be. It says it's an NSAID. Non-steroidal. I like saying that word, non-steroidal. She's malingering. We used to use that word all the time in the military. You're malingering. Probably milking it to get meds and special treatment. Okay, let's go to that for sure. From what I've heard, all she does is complain. Bitch, 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 bitch. All she does. In the holding cell, outside of the holding cell, in the jail, outside, all the time. Bitch, bitch, bitch. I need. I can't wait till some of these bailiffs that are down in that holding cell retire so I can interview them. Because they can't speak now, but they can after. I can't believe the guy you asked who said he'd never heard of anything. He said, but what he did say is, I wish I'd have more notice so I could get my kid in daycare. He did, because it would have been interesting. It will be interesting. In LA, people dress nice for jury duty. They say no flip-flops or tank tops. They really should. And everybody who's coming tomorrow, bring a sweater because it is cold. I mean, it and been there, and I'm happy to help. Finally got my home on. Oh, good for you. Which hotels do the witnesses stay at? I have absolutely no idea. You know, they don't really tell us those things. They don't tell YouTubers that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure one along the corridor of Monroe Street. Anyone wants to take bets that Wendi will wear the gray dress? We only have 114 votes. Could you guys go vote in the poll? That'd be great. The murderer gained a third of her body weight. I've sat through a trial. That's sort of cruel to make defendants sit in a wooden chair. He doesn't care. Okay? He's doing it. We're sitting on wooden benches. It's the same thing. It's heavy, so they can't throw the chair. That's the reason. Maybe she and Jackie are going to swap. Hey, Lee G. How are you? Lee G. Wonder what form of gray dress he's going to wear. Marta has a question. Donna never wears makeup. Do you think she chooses this? I saw Mag Manua wore makeup, and so did Lori Daybell. Well, Donna is 75 years old. So I don't think she wore some makeup before, right? When she was younger, like she was going to an event. Defense, he agrees. He or she, Lakeside, agrees it's 2 to 3 days, not 4 to 6. No way. Why that new name? What have I missed? I don't know what you mean. I'm behind. I'm like 20 minutes behind these comments. So I do suggest that if you are going to ask me a question, understand that I don't always get to the question the second you ask it. So I have no idea what I said to prompt the question. So you might want to continue or repeat what I said so I understand what you're talking about. Okay. My mom and I love your show. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Very nice. What happened to Fancy and Coffee? Talks about being all over this and not missing a thing. Don't know. Don't care. So bad. I'm sorry. Thank you, Jennifer. Tennis. Hey, everybody. Just saw live. Tennis is one of our wonderful moderators, and she is a flight attendant now. So she doesn't get to, what do I say? Be in the chat as often as she used to. I have juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, and I take meloxicam instead of narcotics. Thank you. Creative says, referring back to my husband, I can tell when I don't take the meloxicam. It caused ulcers for me. Well, he did take it with food, so I'll just monitor that. He drinks milk, too. I'll have to do it with him. They are back in the courtroom. Hello, friends. Hey, my father's alibi. I have lupus if you need any advice. Yes, Jennifer, I do. I really do. And my contact information is in the show notes. Hi, B Rabbit. How's it going? A lot of PAs spends more time and look more detailed at patients than MDs. Well, I got in like within a week. So I took that advantage and I agree. He was great. But Dr. Bellamy is great too. His name is David Bellamy, and I've known him for a while. He's just a caring, compassionate guy to start with. You believe Georgia will do the opening. I do too. I do believe it. So does Michelle. I thought Sarah did the opening. I don't know. I think it was Charlie. I think it was Georgia. Georgia Peach says Georgia. Georgia. Melissa. Michelle, are you selling it or listed with the return? See. Hi, Tinfoil. How are you? Season 5 of the Adelson crime family will be epic. And that's the Wendi session. The Wendi series will be like, I don't know, nothing like we've ever watched. Very exciting. DA is ashamed of how fat she... Rebecca is someone who works out on the regular. So she goes right for the bones. She goes right for the bones of it. I heard they don't have mirrors they can actually see themselves in jail. Hopefully she doesn't know what she looks like. Yeah, because they don't have glass, right? B Rabbit is sending love to the Markels. It's the family of the victim. The victim is Dan Markel. He was shot July 2014. We're just now getting to the mom. Takes forever. Hi, Aristotle. How are you doing? I think we'll have some good judges out there. The one that did season 1, Hankinson, was fabulous. He has passed away. He had Parkinson's. Hi, D Love of God. Just noticed you were on. I've stepped out to go to Mass. Prayers for justice. Thank you, D Love of God. Rest in peace, Daniel Eric Markel. I'm curious what kind of curveball the defense is going to try. Nothing will work. I don't think so either. I think they will try. I have no idea. They're just trying now to get the name change removed. It's a freaking legal fact. You freaking changed the kid's name in a minute and removed a middle name. It was in all the other trials. They know it looks horrible, but I guess they got to get it on record. Seems to me the prosecution is relaxed. Defense, not so much. Try Chris on Libracin. I got to know why my phone isn't really charging much. I got to tell you. Freaking $1,100 and I can't get this thing to charge. Let's see. I'm not kidding either. It is just... Granted, I have a lot of apps open. My granddaughter, Tegan, makes fun of me. She's like, why do you have all these apps open? I don't know why. Because I'm old and I don't think about it. So I sent some guys out to a house I have listed to go look at the lawn, right? They go out there. I tell them I can't talk. They're like, but we want to talk to you. I can't talk. Can't talk. Busy. She is a super, super, super photographer. Rebecca is very trim, and she calls it like she sees it. The girl's heavy. The woman has a big ass right now. Hey, hummingbird. Hi, Patty. Hi, everyone. Managed to catch a live at last. It's been a busy week. Mia says she should wear a suit. I didn't see her pants. She better wear a suit for the trial. I haven't checked in a while. Olivia is asking if I've checked on the Adelson. The last time I checked, they still had that multi-family, that apartment complex, but I think that's it. She doesn't have a green Stanley in court. Her paralegal does. God, why are they reporting this stuff? See, look, she is not allowed to have a Stanley Cup. See, what difference does it make though? But she can have a plastic container of water. This is her attorney's Stanley Cup. I'm trying to be nice. Defendants are not allowed to have anything but a plastic container of water. They're not allowed to have any snacks, even in the courthouse. Food, any snacks is contraband. They are not allowed to be given anything. If I were defending Donna, I'd tell her to wear a dress. She was kind of whining. My father's alibi says, I wonder if she gained weight intentionally. She was whining. She's whining about her weight all along. And she doesn't eat this kind of food. She never did, blah, blah, blah. But she was certainly, if you ever took time to watch Tanika's 2 minutes, she's talking about, she has the video of Donna being transferred from the Wakulla County Jail to the Leon County Jail. And it's like a half-hour video. It's really nonsense. But what's interesting is partially way through, she flashes Donna's requests. Wine, wine, wine. That's all she does. But she's asking for her commissary. I live up the street from a church. I see people attending communion weddings in shirts, dirty sneakers, and flip-flops. That is accurate, and it drives me crazy. But there's, I can only control so much. I'm shopping, hoping that people are safe and don't mind listening. I can't believe she thinks there's a chance of her going to trial and being found not guilty. She's delusional. Girl, she's supposed to testify. She's supposed to testify. Unless you're Suitcase Sarah, wear colors that are the exact same color as the jail uniforms. That's right, she did. Our flea market was a joke. It really was. Aw, thank you. Thank you, my father's alibi. I'll post that in a second. Tom Petty. Yeah, I didn't come up with that. I had a follower come up with that. I did not come up with it. Your Alaskan Malamute took Malak's cam. I'll tell my husband. He'll think that's funny. It must be introduced that the names of the children, the Markel children, were changed. And according to the story that Wendi gives, and it is a story, it's a tale, a tall tale, because the children's photos were flashed on Nancy Gray's, she felt she had to go to the extreme of changing her name, the boys' names. But she also removed a middle name that was a Markel family name. It was a Jewish name, so that's why she took it. Tinfoil says she's behind. I'm a 1.5 speed. Both being incarcerated, how is it that Lori Daybell, intention, and Donna's blown up like a Goodyear blimp, intention. And then nature. I mean, Lori Daybell's a good bit younger than Donna. The cardigan instead of a suit looks more grandmotherly. I haven't seen a cardigan like that in about 20 years. I don't know where they got it. Hi, Kristen. How are you? She's going to complain about her chair. She complains about everything. Everything. She will want an ergonomic fancy chair. Shit. I want an ergonomic fancy bench. I had to go to the chiropractor so I could be prepared for the week. The camera zoomed in on her feet and there were flip-flops. Now, Charlie had regular shoes on. So I guess they didn't want to spend the money, but Charlie had on shoes. I want to know if Wendi is even going to look at her mom. In my memory, she didn't glance away at Charlie. Charlie gave her some looks, didn't he? Appears that Donna's wearing no makeup. She's not wearing any makeup. Judge said, I want numbers 1 through 110 tomorrow or on their pans they're going to use. Thanks, the journey to justice. 110. I feel sorry for the people in the prison. Well, the good news is she can't go to Lowell. So Lowell Correctional is a facility near Ocala, Florida. That's where Catherine Magbanua is held. And that is Sarah Suke. Sarah's there as well. And that has special privileges. If you act nice, you can ride horses. So Donna can't go there because Catherine's. Will she read the prisoner handbook? She quotes it. Oh, shit, yeah. She reads the jail handbook and quotes it. She's holier than a mud fence. What's the holding cell like at the courthouse? Will she be sitting in there with Charlie? No. They will have them in a separate area. They will not be allowed to be near each other. If only Donna had a daughter to help her dress. That's true. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Rebecca. It's very nice of you to point out. You were waiting on me in Roberta's chat, and I chose to work. Sorry. I chose not to go down to the courthouse. I chose to work. I got a lot done. Scott, my business partner, is still out of town today from his anniversary and birthday weekend. He's the same age as me. Finally turned 58. God, I have to hear about it all the time, about how much older I am than now. 6 months, almost to the day. 6 months and 2 days, and the man gives me a hard time. It's raining, and I didn't bring my umbrella in. I think I have one here. Wendi wants nothing to do with her mother or her brother. No, she's living her best life. I think I don't care what, you can give me feedback, fine. But she was under that woman's thumb. What she wore, what she did, when she worked, when she didn't work, if she had to work, what kind of job she had, where she went to school, what city she lived in, was under Wendi Adelson's thumb. I mean, she was under her mother's thumb. And who she dated, who she didn't date, babysat. I mean, the woman was just extremely controlling. And I say that with no pity for Wendi. It's just truth. So now she doesn't have to answer to anyone. She moved out of state. She doesn't have to worry about the state of Florida law called the Markel law, which would, if she is arrested and convicted as a felon, would give the grandparents rights. She doesn't have to worry about that. She moved to Texas. So people are saying she may have moved to Denver. The only thing I have on Wendi moving to Denver is a UPS address. It's the United Parcel Service, right? UPS has those stores and they offer you a street address as like an old P.O. box, but it's a street address. And that's if you look up a Wendi Adelson street address in Denver, Colorado, that's what it goes to. Having been inside the courtroom, do you think all the plenty of room for all the spectators? Probably not. Now, from what I heard, one of the attorneys said today it was quite crowded. Well, yeah, because on 50 of the positions for people to sit in were taken by jurors. So yeah, it was quiet. So I don't know. I'm sure some days will be more packed than others. So you just got to take turns. Like if you see that, you got to take turns, right? You can't have people just sitting in there for 8 hours a day and not rotating out. It's not fair. So just be polite to everybody. I mean, I'll go out so other people can go in. I don't have a problem with that. She had what on in the wedding pics with Wendi? I don't know what that is. I don't know what she's talking about. You think, oh, you're talking about, yes, Donna wore makeup before. I've seen her wear it at events. So I do. She used Kool-Aid for breath. Those people are so foul. The journey to justice. Donna asked for makeup but was refused. How do you know? Did you? I didn't see that motion, so I didn't see it. Sarah Boone wasn't allowed to wear makeup. Guessing it's the judge's discretion. Donna looks like a biatch. Let's just say I have not witnessed her looking at me. Well, one time she kind of eyed me as I was walking, but most of the time our members have noticed her looking at me, and she doesn't look at me fondly. So we can see that. Will we have a verdict before Labor Day? I hope so. Oh, thanks, Max. We have not had a good phone call in a while. She says I look sensational. So I'm on tirzepatide, which is like the Wegovy Zepbound shot. No side effects except for like 2 days of throwing up one time each. So very good. And I have just now noticed weight loss through my, like, through here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're really heavy and you just don't see it when you lose weight through your, like, through the sides, not your front belly, but like through the sides. So I have one on. I love these t-shirts, by the way. They're from Amazon. They're super cheap and they're stretchy. They have like lycra in it or something. And I like the square top. And today when I looked at myself in the mirror, I thought, oh, now you've lost money. Even though I've lost 24 pounds, I just didn't see it. So today I was like, oh, this even fits better. It's not pulling the way it was. And it's like, oh, I see. Same don't know and don't care. Not all that crap they did last season. Oh. Patty, what was the great moment for you in the courtroom today? Not going, Max. I didn't go. I apologize. I said I would go, but the sheer boredom terrified me. So I didn't go. I did not go today. I went to the doctor with my husband, went home, made him some lunch, and ran errands for him. I had to pick up a new prescription and then came to the office and worked. Donna probably has aches and pains, but she's malingering. Here's what I know. If you move, you have less pain. Shockingly. I wish the prosecution would talk about how on earth the gunman would know Dan's schedule. I think that ties Wendi. I agree, Shauna Garcia. I agree. Who will be, I mean, I guess Charlie's only attorney is that appellate attorney right now, right? That's the only one. Wonder if Dan Rashbaum will be eating some Maine lobsters, paella, and maybe some banana bread as he tunes in. You know he's going to watch it. These days off with you live have been awesome. Aww. Fortunately, I will probably be in the skies for opening, but counting on you for nightly rewatch, and I will be on. I can't be the airline name on YouTube. Aw, thanks, Max. Thanks, Kristen H. My son is flying to New York for the U.S. Open. Ooh. Tell us about that. That would be cool to see. That would be really cool. Oh, Sarah did the opening for Charlie. Thank you. So Georgia did the closing. Georgia did the closing. Trust me, Patty, at 75, you need all the makeup. I have never worn so much makeup, Crispy, in my entire life. I have an entire cart of makeup. Never have worn this much makeup. Georgia did do the closing. Thank you. Sarah will do the opening tomorrow, you believe? And Georgia the closing. I want Sigfredo to testify and get his tail. Me too. I would love to hear from him. Looking good, Patty. Thank you, Seashore Girl. I really appreciate that. Grandma Gotti. Ooh, Gotti can't stand her. I want to see why Sig was calling Harvey. So when Wendi is charged and is on trial, Harvey can testify. You want to change your vote? Georgia to open, Sarah to close. Sarah? Okay, here's how I see the two. Georgia is quick. She's very quick. Sarah Catherine is cutting, if that makes sense. She is cutting to the point. She comes off as softer because of her size. She's very thin, very trim. And I think a bit younger than Georgia. She has several children. So she comes off differently than Georgia. Georgia has one child. She has several stepchildren. But I think Georgia is quick. She can say something and cut you differently. Sarah can cut you straight through. I think, and she's unassuming. You expect Georgia to get at you. Sarah Catherine does get at you. Donna didn't look like she had on makeup on the night she was arrested. She was on an international flight or trying to get on one. No, she had on her jogging suit. She was going to sleep. I wonder if Donna can have, I wonder who got her first class seats. Who do you think got it? I wonder if Donna can have what she wants to eat during the trial. Absolutely not. She cannot. It is not good food. Oh, by the way, the courthouse, I was thinking. In the courthouse, there's only one small cafe. It's called Tony's Grill, and it is not open all day. It's only open till shortly after lunch. So if you're coming, I like when the judges ask the jury a question like that first judge. Yeah, it's not going to happen. They're not going to allow. Judge Everett does not, even though state of Florida allows questions from the jury to the judge, and the judge then repeats the question. Judge Everett does not like that, so he doesn't do it. If Charlie will testify for defense, does Georgia have the opportunity to cross? Yes. Yeah. And he can't plead the fifth. Hi, Veronica. How are you? You only do run-on sentences. I only do run-on sentences, too. My son's name is Daniel. Tell him I said hi. They will try, but all those attorneys care about is getting a paycheck. They'll try harder than Rashbaum will fail. You believe that Kristen only believes Charlie will be called as a rebuttal witness if he's called. Well, I hope it's for more than that, because we're going to pay like 18 grand to bring him to the state and round trip him. So 18 grand is a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I hope that full justice for Dan doesn't need to wait until his boys grow up to advocate for the dad. I think Frontier just bought yesterday. Nonstop was less than 600. Flights are insane. Dude, I'm about to book my flight to Venice, and I can get there and back on economy for like $700 right now. 700 out of Orlando. 700. I can't fly to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is my hometown, for 700. Donna looks defeated. Nice. Nice. Barbara, the trial does start tomorrow. Does. You had stop. 500 tabs open. My computer shuts down, and I have a gaming computer. Can you imagine how awkward it's going to be when Rob and Harvey and Wendi and Donna and Charlie see each other? Harvey will probably be mad at Rob. I don't think they talk. I'm sure for Rob, if he does get an opportunity to be on the stand, it's going to be quite cathartic. I think he deserves the moment. Beach Bum, I'm late. Catching up, trying to get there by Friday. Oh, I hope you get your meds, period. Your medication's more important than the trial. I'm curious whether the boys are watching the trial. Well, they should be in school, and I doubt it. I'm sure their mother keeps that on. I don't know how she keeps it on mute, but I'm sure she tries. I did. I didn't cover it here, but I did put it on Living Tallahassee. I saw it on Jeff Burlew, who's the Tallahassee Democrat, who I shared earlier. So if you don't know, there's this horrible case in Tallahassee, horrific case in Tallahassee, which should be a slam dunk. This is Judge Tiffany, who should not be allowed to try this case. So this poor child of God, who's 5-year-old named Missy Mogul, they lived in a beautiful neighborhood called Southwood. It was her mother and her murderous mother and murderous father. And the father was just convicted of pedophilia as a sex offender. And Judge Tiffany, the youngest judge on the circuit, allowed him to go home with a 5-year-old girl. The state, I'll give it to Jack Campbell, the state attorney begged that this not happen. Begged. The girl was killed. The mother beat her with a shoe. The father obviously killed her. There was a pediatrician who owned the home they were living in called Dr. Frabel, and found this child, which I don't like to do children, but I would probably carry this case. Missy is unresponsive and started CPR. Well, wasn't that generous of him? He was just arrested today for failing to report. So if you are a nurse, I'm a nurse. If you are a teacher, if you are a doctor, if you are obligated to report. You're obligated, and he didn't. He lived in the home. The child was malnourished and she was beaten. They used to say, this is what that asshole said, that she coughed so hard she was choking and killed herself. Like, we're all going to believe that nonsense. So the shitty mother and the shittier father are arrested immediately. Guess who has the case? Judge Tiffany. Why is she allowed to have this case? Why is she allowed to have it? It's awful. So stay tuned for that one. Suit didn't work for Sarah Boo. Do they still own all the apartments? No, I don't know what you mean by all, but they own I think it's 18 units or something like that. Every single one of them, none of the tenants the last time I looked spoke English. Not one. You hope Ruth takes the stand and smiles at Donna. I think the rumor is Phil would do it. I don't know that Ruth would do it. You're cooking dinner. Good for you. Good for you. Well, her ass just going to keep getting bigger in prison. She just needs to embrace it and let it all hang out. I bet she does. Cannot even give gum or a cough drop. Yeah, you can't give anything to the inmate. So there's no green, aqua, Stanley in Donna's future. I mean, it just doesn't make the judge look good when things like that are said. You know what I mean? Like, trust but verify. Can't give it you enough. How about Donna wears Wendy's bright red, revealing bar mitzvah dress? Dude, can you imagine she walks in that $600 dress? Everyone forgot to hit the thumbs up. Thanks, hey Mona. Let's see, where's our poll? Still going up. Oh, it's going up strong now. Thank you, everybody. Feel bad for the Markel boys, don't we all? Why are they all in a conference room? Asked Veronica. Because they are in the jury deliberation room. This part of the jury selection process is done in private because they're asking the potential jurors private questions. And if they say, like the one I spoke to yesterday is a 3-year-old little girl, they talk about where they live, they talk about have they heard about the case, they talk about, so can they afford to stay for a jury for 3 weeks? So that's why it's held privately. Well, we know the food isn't kosher. No, but they give food that meets, like it's not, done in a kitchen. It's peanut butter and bread. You carry an old Game of Thrones cup. I can't believe this trial is starting this time. Dude, I was there last time in November when that Daniel Rashbaum. Thank you, my father's alibi. It's very kind of you. Just so you know, I go through the chat. I'm going through the chat, but I am behind like a while. Hey, Skeeter girl. I'll go to the start and catch up. I'll join chat then. Thank you. Nice to see you. Wendi is full of chat. I feel like when the defendant, Mia, says doesn't dress formally and try to present themselves, it's insulting to the jury. I agree. I mean, Charlie even wore a suit. Even if they were, I completely mumbled that. Even if they were changed back, they can always mention that they were changed to begin with. Yet her name was more searched than Markel. Thanks, Tinfoil. She's caught up. Please press like and subscribe. They got it at Target. Interesting. Every woman's body is different. Plus, I think Lori works out. Oh, yeah. She's not sitting on her ass in jail. Hi, Wesley. How are you? Congratulations, Wesley loves Oktoberfest. Good news today. I saw it in Roberta's chat, but I was just kind of like hanging out and lurking. I didn't respond. There's an email from Donna to Wendi, says Chris, where she calls the boys Adelson way before the actual name change. That is what they're going to argue over. That was Donna's suggestion. Thank you, Chris Perry. That is a big one. That is a big one. Thank you. You're a mod for a family member of Charles Vallow who doesn't need sleep or water? Interesting. Wendi registered boys at school as Adelson. The older boy cried. Stop. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Barbara says she wants to look elderly. Well, she managed it. Wesley loves Oktoberfest, says Donna Sue can attend the Suffering St. Sarah of Samsonite's art classes. I'm going to add that to my tongue twisters that I use. I use British tongue twisters so that I can repeat what you all write in a way that sounds like the actual word, because I'm from Pennsylvania and I slur my consonants. If only Charlie, Lois, and Sig could be put in the same cell for 5 minutes. Charlie would end up dead. He'd have a poker up his ass. Oh, poker. Chris says, I hope we can get a good pic of Rob and Wendi so someone in this chat that is super creative can put together a reunion Christmas card for the Adelsons. Yeah, that's good. Listen, Mia says, Wendi believes that Charlie and Donna deserve all of this for running their mouth, being dumb, and blabbing on TCS that were tapped. Wendi has pure rage at them for getting everyone caught. Oh, yeah, because she didn't call anybody. Cynthia agrees. Sarah opened in Charlie's trial. Hi, Dixie Doodle. Such a cute name. Wendy's new boyfriend looks like she's doing penance. He is a chump. He's just a chump. Hey, Raven, how are you? I don't know, Beach. It's a different trial. She was on, I think, the second day the last time. So she'll probably be on Friday, and I have jury duty. I have my own jury pool to worry about. The good news is I'm in at 7 a.m. So if I'm not selected, I can go right upstairs. Beach Bum. Well, it's rumored she will be one of the first witnesses, so maybe Friday. See, I'm going to miss it. Hi, John. How are you? Just got home. Have I missed much? About an hour. I'm not going to be out much longer. I'm losing what she calls the pasta haunches. The sides, the side flab. Oh my God. It's true. It is. I mean, I'm still over 200, so I'm not trying to say anything that I'm not, but I get what you're Thank you, Mia. I'm having so much fun right now. Even though my husband's very sick and I'm very concerned about him, I am having so much fun. I don't know how to describe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's a gift of the Holy Spirit for sure, because I'm able to make quick decisions where I wasn't before I turned 58. And I'm just having so much fun. I don't know how to describe it. Beach Bum says, I bet Fulford drags out till Friday. She may need to deal with hiding bodies. Yeah, she wanted a fresh day. So she wanted her opening statements to be on a new day. The defense did, and the state wanted to go right away. And I believe, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think they weren't given a time limit, but they kind of asked for a half hour apiece. So that's fast, I think. Rashbaum, Charlie's old attorney, Donna's older attorney, is watching the trial online. Idiot. Not going today will leave more chiropractic relief in your available strength and patience. Bring your cushion for back support. I know, I think I might. Like a lumbar pillow. It's so embarrassing to bring shit in there like that, though. I get so like, how long are you staying, Patty? Like, are you that old that you need that? Like, it's kind of embarrassing. Let me bring in a pillow, like a whoopee cushion. Like a hemorrhoid donut pillow. Cinnamon for Life says, I dropped my daughter off of her first year at college. Glad I have this to distract me. Oh, I'm so sympathetic. Are you saying fancy fellatio's coming? Oh, she'll stay away from me. I don't have to worry about it. You would think Sig would want to nail Donna and testify. I don't know his issue. I would just look. So I wish somebody would start emailing him and see if they get a response. Mia says, oh, you know that Rashbaum is so relieved not to be dealing with these fucking people anymore. Worst clients, I'm sure. Stingy family and tried to squeeze every penny of service out of him. I bet he is too. If he can get away with, because the bar had their own complaint against him, they were doing their own investigation because of his behavior. If he can get away with that, he's living fancy free because he was paid. He was paid up front. I wonder if the state ever offered Sig anything. His info could probably help Katie. His silence bugs me. Raven believes Georgia will close and Sarah will open. I've been watching her cross with Charlie, and I love Georgia. She's quick. She is very quick. And she was fabulous with Wendi. No love lost. Siggy still feels, I call him Siegfried, still has to protect Katie. Oh, there'll be spectators getting in, but it is first come, first serve. I'm scrolling down. Charlie flew. There was a photo of him in TSA. Let me see if I can get it. Somebody was in the lineup at the airport and saw him. So he was basically in some sort of street clothes, going ready to go through. His arms are really tired from flying. Thanks, Rebecca. Yes, he did fly with girls with pew-pews. It's the GUN Girls is the name of their company. GUN Girls. Judge Tiffany. Let me get her name. There's only one Judge Tiffany in Leon County, but let me get her name. Tiffany Baker Carper is her name. Tiffany Baker Carper. She is the ass jack that let go of the murder of Missy Mogul. Yep. She's up for election next year. And I pray to God that everyone remembers this and votes to not. Somebody's got to vote. Somebody has to run against her, or she chooses not to run. Somebody has to. Yeah, we've said that, Beach Bum. She says, if this has been said, I'm sorry, anyone think they're trying to look alike? Someone said, I haven't seen it. Donna was making faces at the judge ruling about jurors. Keep it up, Donna. She's going to have a hard time keeping her face together. Judge Tiffany should be charged as an accomplice, but she is immune. She could go through what Jackie Fulford went through when she was removed from the bench. She was forced to resign for stupidity. Ruth Markel is a class act, and she wouldn't look at Donna. I hope not, for her sake. Over 18, I believe. I mean, if you're, teenager going, I don't think so. I don't see anything, but it would be hard. Question, does anyone know anything about the rumor of the Holocaust ring? No. What's the rumor? Donna's tried to sell or pawn the ring. I've not heard that. So there was a ring that was in Wendi's possession when she walked out on Dan and took half of everything. And one was a ring that was given to Wendi. I believe it was her engagement ring. That was a family ring given to her, and she refused to give it back. So Chris is saying, does anyone know anything about the rumor that the Holocaust ring Donna tried to sell or pawn? I have not heard. But I'm sure the family would buy it. I'm still very confused and confounded as to how this whole palaver about Donna using an attorney's device to speak with Harvey unmonitored. How has that not been resolved? It's secondary. It doesn't mean it won't be resolved. It just means it's not going to be resolved right now. Hi, Murder. How are you? How are you? Is there a special entrance for people coming to testify to avoid cameras? So when the special agent is on, remember the guy who did the bump? The cameras will be pointed to the seal. When the snitches come on, and I mean that politely, like I think it's hilarious. When the jailhouse people come on, they will likely be pointed at the seal, so you will not see them. And I mean the seal of the court, not like a seal, like an animal. Chewy Boy says they want Donna to look dowdy. Rosemary, so are we going to have our jury tomorrow? That's what he said. I mean, Everett gets what he wants. Donna at lunchtime is in her holding cell. She is not with the attorneys. She is in the holding cell. She does not get to eat. So when I was there last year, last Charlie's trial, the attorneys went back. They had, Rashbaum wasn't from here, so he didn't have an office here. He had like one of those Regis rent an office, and that's where they walked to. Hi, Laundered Cotton Quilts. Thanks for catching on the replay. I appreciate it. I did not hear about the Adelson boy crying. I did not hear that. Kosher Style says, trial tomorrow? I'm screwed. After the name change, Wendi was still flashing the boy's photo on social media. Of course she was. And her boobs. Patty, gentlemen prefer blogs. Cute. Really cute. People are clever with these names. Patty, do you think they're going to arrest Wendi? Yes. I've noticed a lot of YouTube. I know they do. I get frustrated with YouTube lawyers, to be honest with you. I really do. Some of them aren't criminal lawyers. Some of them are HR or environmental or whatever they are. And they don't know. They have no idea. I don't know, but I'm guessing yes. I am absolutely guessing yes. And I've stated they are going through this. How do I say it? Like one at a time. First things first. They need Wendi to testify, so they're not going to arrest her beforehand because they don't want her to plead the fifth, because when you can't plead the fifth in front of the jury. So the jury has to go because it causes a mistrial. I don't know why, I just know that it does. And that's why Wendi, this week, there was a hearing that said, or early last week, that Wendi could not or would not or refused the subpoena given by the defense because her attorney, John Lauro, who's $800, $900 an hour, said that she would plead the fifth with every question. So I know YouTube lawyers say a lot of things. People say she had a Stanley Cup in her hands. She didn't have a Stanley Cup in her hands. It's her attorney's cup. People say a lot of things that aren't real. Because of all the crazy stuff that's happened, I'm thinking something's going to happen, maybe a heart attack. Okay. Lois is doing his federal time now, Olivia. So Lois is in a federal prison now in Marianna, Florida. And then when he gets out of that, he goes to the state. So he is not going to go do federal time. He's in federal time. What he did was file a motion with a court asking to do all of his time in federal custody because he knows state custody is far worse. Hey, Yaya. I hear the Adelsons had a killer practice. That's what we were told. Donna's buttons are only staying on here to protest. Bless her heart. Do y'all think they wiretapped Wendy's phone way back? We just haven't heard them. Shaw. Let's see. I think someone's using talk to text and I can't really understand what they're saying. So there's a couple comments I don't understand. You hope Robert doesn't have to testify? He's my age. No, he's not. He's close to my age. I hope he does testify. I think if Robert Adelson didn't want to, he would have told them. I think he wants to testify. I think he wanted to go on the podcast. He wasn't twisted his arm to go on the podcast. He told what he knew. And I think there's some sort of cathartic feeling for that. He's a surgeon. He's strong. Okay, I would disagree. Okay, it is not easy to lose weight. I respectfully 100% disagree. Thank you, Melissa. But I respectfully disagree. I have not been fat all my life, but I've been fat a long enough part of my life to know that it is not easy to lose weight. It is not easy to sit around and be hungry all the time. And no. Do you have to sit on your hands to keep waving at people? No, I don't have to sit on my hands. What's Donna's lawyer's reputation? There are so much of that. I don't know of any big cases that Josh Zillman's had. This is the biggest case of his life. Jackie Fulford has a horrible reputation, and there's other shows that I've done that talk about her reputation. Apparently, according to Stephen Webster, who was Dan Markel's last attorney, who was friends with Jackie Fulford, she lied about having cancer several years ago. 2015, she was removed from the bench for bad ethics. She makes bad decisions. Goes from there. I can leave my chat up. What day? All day? I can leave the chat up. Judge told potential jurors to be at court for 10:30 for the second part. Thank you, Barbara. I need a longer straw. Thanks. I don't care. This was a gift, so the straws were gifts. I'm going to go. We going to get opening? The rumor is, yeah, and the rumors came from Judge Everett's mouth. Yeah, you got to look him up, Yaha. Look him up. Does the government pay for Wendy's flight? Yep. They do. Anytime you're under subpoena, flights are booked. Now, it's not like first class. She just gets a basic flight. Because I thought it was funny to call her fancy fellatio. I don't know. We call her fancy friction. Like it's an open joke here. So fancy fellatio. He's strict anybody. Wendi will tell the same story. That's not true. Yeah, she's told a different story every time she's on the stand. Every time she's on the stand, she tells a different story. And I'm here for it. Can they arrest Wendi immediately after she testifies? Yes, but they won't. Hi, June. Do we think Wendi will be arrested? Yes. I do. I think so. Yeah, 100%. Folks have no concept nowadays on how to dress appropriately for jobs, weddings. Remember Easter, getting a new dress, church on Sunday? Yep. Hey, Kathy, how are you? How are you doing? Nice to see you. I'm so looking forward to the trial. I have a dental appointment at 11. Well, I wish you well for the dental appointment. Katie Drunk Lady and Fancy Feast, the original OG, will be sitting behind Donna Sue, glaring at Frau Patty. And I'm here for it. Thanks, Debbie. I haven't had a chance to look, but I do appreciate it. Hi, Roberta. Hey, Patty, I've been lurking, listening as I prepare for my own live stream. Good luck on jury duty. Thank you. I have jury duty. And jury duty, I'm all about the parking. If you're new to this show, I am all about the parking. And the parking for jury is horrible. So I'm going to pay for my own parking. I'm so glad it's going to be on TV so I can work on my project at the same time. Today, I've stayed plastered to my laptop. Good for you, Claudia. Charlie's looking thin. His hair's looking huge, though. Oh, look at the sneaks. I just saw them. He has a coat or jacket maybe over his cufflinks. John Smith's Charlie flew and Donna gets to pay for it. I will. I would have tried to get him talk on the plane. They sit in the back. You don't get to sit next to him. KDL. And Fancy Feast, they better realize Patty is never alone. Thank you, Max. And I'm not the same Patty I was then. Hey, Barbara. Unfortunately, I don't have the time this evening to express why she was removed from the bench, but just know that it was an ethical issue, and I have a show on it before. And apparently, she lied about cancer, and she had to take some mental health time. Cal says, I think it's Cal. The Judge Tiffany Baker has blood on her hands, doesn't she? I don't know how she sleeps at night. I really don't. It's so upsetting to me what Judge Tiffany Baker has done. I don't know how she's allowed to have that court case. Oh, you really have a bad back. Bless your heart. I hope he longingly looked at the ocean when he was flying over. Well, he was going from the Dakotas to here, so there wouldn't really be much ocean he would see, I guess. Was Carvey in the courtroom today? I was not in the courtroom, Rosemary, but I do not believe he was. If I were Ruth Markel, I would glare at Donna at least once. And Ruth Markel is the mother of the late Dan Markel, and I can understand. Do we need an identifier for Patty's Playhouse alum? Like what? I think that's a good idea. What would it be? Despicable Judge Tiffany Baker has blood on her hands. Hopefully she'll get recalled. There is no, so I did some research. There is no recall in the state of Florida because I was about to start one. I thought about doing a petition anyway so she could know how much people despise her. But I don't think it'll go anywhere. Patty, don't forget about Tamara Demko. We can't ever forget how Wendi came up with this entire plot. Do you think is she on the list? I don't think she's on the list, is she? Does anyone know? Can they pull it up? Another chat, Chewy Boy says, nobody was there for Donna. I didn't think so. There was nobody there yesterday. It must be awkward for Ruth and Phil to come face to face with their ex-sister-in-law and brother-in-law. Yeah. I think it would be really hard. It's even more awkward to see your son's head pushed in on the photos. So be prepared for that. Ms. Markel leaves. Phil and his sister stay. Bless their hearts. Is Donna in slides or regular shoes? Why is she shuffling? Janet, I believe the shuffling is fake because I've seen her walk in jail slides and not hobble. So I believe the shuffling is fake to make her look old. She is not in shackles while she's in the courtroom. She is unshackled behind a wall and then taken to her seat. So I believe it's fake. Oh. I think engagement rings belong to the recipient unless given back freely. I gave mine back. I didn't want it. It was good for me to give it back. Are the snitches being allowed to testify? That has been sealed, so we won't know until the trial starts, John. That decision has been sealed. It sounds like they were able to find a jury quick. No issues with publicity, right? Told you. Told you, told you, told you. There was not going to be a problem. Finally caught alive. Hi, Gloria Bennett. I have to work the rest of the week. Bless your heart. Well, I hope you enjoy your work days. You're listening to the jail calls. Good for you. I might do that over the weekend because they were just so badass. Hi, Patty. I love being called Party. You look great. Do people think Wendi is next? I'm sadly not sure. I think so. Murder says, at first I thought the ring had been taken from a lockbox in a bank or something, but looking at the photograph, it was a lockbox in her house. Can you send me that photo? I don't think I know the photo. Roberta says, I think Dugan's going to be giving the opening. Sarah Catherine. Wesley says he wants to attend the YouTube School of Law. There's a lot of that. I do too. I have a comment for that, just in case anybody's concerned. I love it so much. I don't know what. Oh, it's grayed out today. The opera in which the fat lady sings is by Wagner. The fat lady's name is Brunhilde, and she is betrayed by the character Siegfried. I'm hoping he'll testify. I love the name Siegfried. Like, I don't know where I came up with it, but I was like, I'm calling him Siegfried. Sorry, but you think Wendi and Donna will get off. I don't want to be true, but that's my feelings. Well, thank you, Shirley. This is a place where you can give your opinion, and I really appreciate it. Mia believes Wendi will be arrested. Thank you for that. I believe it too. I really do believe it though. Just for good form, Mia. This is Mia's creation. I like how Sarah rolls up her sleeves. I do too. It's very 80s, to be honest with you. It's very 80s. I like it. This is going to be the most anticipated showdown of the decade. It's too bad that the Markel have to wait this long. Don't you wish, I wish I had a WWE voice that I could do this whole ding, 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 but I don't. Jackie is dressing Donna up in her clothes. They look like twins. Not good. Arrest Wendi 2025. We should make it happen. Lois does go to the state, in my recollection, for 7 years. Correct. Patty, I believe they would have arrested Wendi after Charlie, but Donna tried to flee, so they had to go after her. Ooh, I like that. Interesting, Heather. I know that Georgia said on camera that they arrested Donna sooner than they would have, or Jack said it, one of the two, that they arrested them sooner than they like. So that is a great theory. I like that, Heather Meyer. Lift Right Love. Very cute. Very great name. That is an interesting take. I re-listened to some of the jail calls between Charlie and Donna. She was absolutely raging with jealousy because Charlie kept going on about how amazing Wendi looked when she walked into court. Jessica, how nice of you. There's somebody, when they said this, pulling things up on the fly, they said it was unprofessional. I'm a real estate broker. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I mean, I get paid for it now, but I'm still not like this. I don't know what's professional on YouTube or isn't, but somebody tried to like put me down or disparage me because I pull things up on the fly. But if someone asks me a question and I have time, I want to go find the answer. So that's why she's saying that. Thank you very much, Jessica. Hi, Crime and Coffee. How are you? Is Robert testifying? We won't know. We won't know who anyone is testifying until they actually get called. We will not know. Have either Wendi's Mosaic lunch dates friends testified? No, but I believe they are on the witness list. Robert already knows Dr. Robert Adelson, ear, nose, and throat doctor, knows he has some crazy ass parents. I think even if Wendi was tapped, she would have been expecting it, and she's way too smart to say anything. She is. I do. Oh, thanks, my father's eyeball. I think it would be cathartic for Robert, too. I really think if he didn't want to testify, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be on the list. I mean, he's always going to be on the list, but she wouldn't call him. According to Fibbers, I'm a trial attorney that dropped out of school. She's really published. Oh, my God. Well, she published I had a DUI, and I don't have a DUI. So people will say anything on YouTube, and then you have to go to great lengths, whatever is true, to correct. And I will. And I'll keep it up for like years and years. Like, I won't let it go. What can Robert testify to? Robert Adelson can testify to the fact, remember he was on the podcast, and when he went to talk to his family and asked what happened to Dan, they refused to ever speak about it and told him to never ask the question again. He can also talk about their hatred for Dan. He has a lot. He can't give opinion, but he can give situational facts. How long after Charlie's arrest was Donna arrested? It was after his conviction, and it was within the week. It was within the week after he was convicted. Mary says, my heart goes out to Dan's two sons. They're probably around 17 and 15 years of age. They're 14 and 16, so very close. And they know what is going on. How could they not? Well, I'm going to go back to a case, Tallahassee case. Mike Williams, Denise Williams was the wife of Mike Williams, he was shot and drowned in a lake here by his best friend, Brian Winchester. Brian was represented by Tim Jansen. And Denise Williams' daughter, they shared a daughter, Mike and Denise, Ainsley, and she absolutely will have nothing to do, and she's like 26 now, nothing to do with Cheryl Williams, the grandmother, nothing. Justice Jane says, after 11 years, may the justice bell continue to ring for the Canadian FSU law professor, Dan Markel, and she's from Canada. Bless your heart. Robert may also have stuff to spill on Wendi. Paella. Because he was there. Charlie testified to it. Charlie testified that Robert was there with his children. All the grandchildren were there. Donna does look like a homeless person. Losing weight is not easy. Thank you, Gloria. I was a size 4. Wow. Until my late 40s. I went up 50 pounds in many sizes. It's impossible to get rid of. Menopause is tough. Menopause is very, very tough. It may be few to lose weight, but very difficult for many. I mean, I think when you get over a certain age, it is even harder. Only because your thyroid starts dying out. Your hormones start dying out. It all starts kind of just dying out. Lying is an asset for a defense attorney, though. Right. Supporting perjury should get you rid of, but not always. Robert only will testify as rebuttal if Donna testifies how she had a loving relationship with her kids. Ooh, that was a ruling made when defense wanted to exclude him. Interesting. Thank you for that. CBM says, I wish I could quit my job. Jackie has made some good arguments. She's a Donna twin. Thanks, Laszlo Toth. Love it. Wendi hasn't spoken to her mother in a long time. So if you get to watch that, it'll be interesting. Is Fancy Fellatio attending the trial? According to the chat, she is. You think Harvey is a girlfriend? Oh, no. He needs one, but he didn't have one. Fancy Fellatio, that moniker blows you away. It's just, you know. I'm sure they thought it was funny when they made a decapitation video about me. So, hand in hand, arrest Wendi right after the trial, please. I have to bone up on this case, I guess. Yaha. Yeah. Did you mention the jurors? I did not. I didn't go down to the courthouse today. I did not, Debbie Martin. You have a cousin that went to a funeral in jeans and a crop top. Oh, she went. Give her that. Anyone know if KCL will be at the trial? I heard she won't be. I don't know. She's flying in. I don't know. Thank you, Alexia. Very nice of you to say. Patty, you're great. Love this show. So what's the vote? I'm going to end the poll. 431 votes. Thank you all. Georgia, 58 for the opening. Sarah Catherine, 41. Interesting. Oh, yeah. So when I got my jury card for jury pool, it's for Friday the 22nd, which is typically a civil jury here in Leon County. And I had my husband open the mail because I wanted to know the date to report. Because if it was the 19th, I would have fallen out. But I would not have been selected, obviously. It'd be funny, but I wasn't selected. I'm no longer answering questions about fellatio. I am behind the chat a few minutes. I'm trying to catch up. Karen Reed lied about having cancer. She lied about a lot of that medical stuff, I think. Tamara Demko is not on the list. She would be on Wendy's list. Oh, yeah. I think they are holding back a lot because of the Wendi. I do think so. Who is ex-sister-in-law? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean, Janet. And I ask, like, if you're referring to something, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're referring to. Yala says, Jackie Fulford, inappropriate behavior as a judge is pretty wild. I wonder what BS we'll see from her at this trial. Maribel agrees with me on the engagement ring. If it's an heirloom, it should be returned. They're going to punt on Harvey unless they go for Harvey and Wendi at the same time. Wendell. Wendell. Hi, Allison. You are listening from Australia. Happy winter. I could use some winter timing. Kristen believes that Sarah Catherine will be giving the opening tomorrow. She said she broke down the case very well. Hey, Jackie St. Germain. I would love to be at the trial. I'm living vicariously through you. Loved your Jackie Funeral Home Fulford comment on Roberta's channel. She owns a funeral home. It's very funny. Katie knows Donna was deeply involved. Cannot wait for those questions. I know. If I can't be there every day because of my home life or work, I will not stop tuning in. If I am in the courtroom, I will be chatting in Roberta Glass True Crime Report. I will be in her chat commenting. To be skinny, that is, it's just a dream for me. It's not a dream for me. I don't want to be skinny. I don't want to look like a ruler. I really don't. And people don't believe me, but I don't. If I could have a build, I would have Georgia Kaplan's build. Like, that is really what I want to look like. Not a problem. Little curve, never hurt anybody. I am pro curve. Can I make a clip of it? No. I'm not good at that stuff, Justice Jane. I'm not good at it. I'm sorry. Jackie says she's having so much fun. Good for you. Jay Bronius, his wife, talked about the Holocaust ring on one of their videos a couple years ago. Jay used to have a work full time in YouTube. You believe Wendi will only be arrested if her mom is guilty, and I am assuming she will be guilty. Dear Patty, what will Chris do when you do your European travel? I have plans for him to stay occupied. Thank you for asking. I'm not doing an extension on my trip. I'm going to come straight home after the trip is over. I'll still be gone like 10 days. But I joke about not having a return flight home, but I am not going to have an extension on the trip. I'm coming home. Isn't it the family that gets the clothes for the defendant? I wonder if Harvey picked out the outfits. They brought in clothes. I mean, he may have gone shopping for them, or one of the paralegals did. Oh my God, she's dressed like the paralegals. That's who she's dressed like. Where are they? I don't know if I have another photo of it. She's dressed like the paralegal dresses. What will happen to the boys when Wendi's arrested? They're of age in this country, pretty much. They get to decide. So, with all the clothes they brought in for Donna, which is a rumor, we do not know this. We just assume, because we heard it, that they would find a shirt that fit. The banner cracks me up. Thank you, Gloria. Well, I'm not. I've never had a DUI. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a judge. I'm not a fake therapist. I'm not a fake masseuse. I'm not a fake psych nurse. I am a nurse. I was accused of not being a nurse, but I am a nurse. Someone in my live today said they brought her pretrial size. Well, she doesn't fit it. I got some comment about not having enough planning for pride. Oh, did you? You got same comments about not planning. It is what it is. I could care less. And I make fun of that now. 2 years ago when I started this, when I changed my channel from real estate to true crime, because the channel's old. It's 2019, but it was real estate, which I've hidden all that stuff. But yeah, I don't care. Like 56-year-old Patty and 58-year-old Patty are two different Patties. When my husband was diagnosed with dementia earlier in this year, something changed in me. And I went from not having the ability to make quick decisions, overthinking everything, to an amazing ability to make quick decisions. The difference has been confounding. Really has. Gretchen, do we ever hear about how they found Wendi at Mosaic so quickly? No, we've never heard it. Well, here when Wendi's arrested, Lois should have been released in 2025. His state time will be completed at the federal prison. You can check the discharge date, and the year has changed to 2030. I'd have to verify that because I do know there was a motion. I just don't know how it was ruled on. Wendi is arrested as quickly as Donna. Don't we all? Why did she want to hurt you with a false rumor? Because she thought she was being smart. I did not know her before the trial. She thought she was being funny and smart, and she wasn't. I found out that Fancy Fiction had been arrested for shoplifting because I'm a good researcher. And she went on about this, how she only shoplifted because her boyfriend was killed in a car accident. But she shoplifted like a year and a half after he was killed in a car accident. So I don't know how those two tie, really. I mean, it kind of doesn't make sense. But so she went at me and said that I had a DUI and that she was going to check with Tim Jansen, who was my attorney, when I got arrested. I was arrested for hacking a computer. I wasn't as good as it as I am now because I went to school for it ethically, but I passed the FBI background check. So I don't have any felons or any misdemeanors. Chicky Poo does. I do not. But I did. I passed the FBI. I have a secret clearance. So good to catch the live tonight, Patty. So nice to see you looking well. Thank you. Very nice. See, isn't that nice? People can be nice. According to Florida law, she gets to choose, but if she is convicted, the Markels can see her, even if she doesn't want them to, the kids. But they're not going to be living in Florida. That challenges, I think that's why she moved to Austin. Aw, look at that. Miss Demeter says she learned a lot about real estate from me. Thank you. Jackie says Robert's going to be quite a character witness, and Wendi won't be able to refute it because she's at peace. Lois drove up to Tallahassee twice, either kill Dan or help Sigfredo kill Dan, and Lois took the money. He is guilty. Tinfoil believes Wendy's phones were tapped. We just don't know if she said anything. Robert was at Harvey's party. Thank you, Georgia Peach. I don't know, JCP. I was shocked by that too. If they're not starting till 11, how can they start opening statements tomorrow? I do not know. With 110 jurors coming in, don't know. And 20 strikes. I don't know. They won't break for lunch. That's for sure. Menopause is not for the weak. No, we should do a whole series on the menopause. Why would Charlie travel so far to take the fifth? He can't take the fifth. Can't. He was already convicted. He cannot take the fifth. This is what I got. How do you make a hormone? Don't pay her. Dad jokes. Someone in your trial live said that Donna's sweater was her perp sweater from Thugs R Us, and it tickled you. Cute. Judge Everett is ready to go. He ain't playing. I want to take 2 weeks off for the trial. Well, I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to wrap up because I have an event to go to tonight. I have to get on KCL's secret channel to find out the secret info. Are you watching this? I watched the new series by Liam Morgan called Leanne. It's on Netflix. I watched all the episodes at one time, my husband and I, and I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was well casted. Kristen Johnson is very, very funny. I thought the whole thing was funny. I wish I could be a stand-up. I would need a writer. You have to have a writer. I'm not a writer. But if I had a writer to write jokes, I would do stand-up. I think because of YouTube, I would not have a problem doing it now. I think I'd be okay with it, but I absolutely need a writer. I have no creativity. I have to ask ChatGPT for everything. Your channel was a beauty channel back in the day when we were all wearing all the makeup. Jackie, I wear all the makeup. All of it. I underpaint, overpaint, blush twice, bronze, contour, eyeliner. I've never worn so much makeup in my life. Sarah did. I was corrected. Thank you, CBM. I was definitely corrected. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Thank you again, My Father's Alibi, for the memberships. It's very kind of you. Very nice. Donna will be arrested on the bar mitzvah dress. Kristen says she's been in so many work chats about this trial. She started talking about it. Or she's been so many chats about the trial. She was talked about it at work. Where can I catch up with what happened with that vapid Fancy and her sidekick, whatever her name is? I missed the juice. I have so many shows on it. Earlier last year, Oh, you're putting this on a loop, Alexi. My kids just love when people say this. Patty's on the curve spectrum. I am. I don't, have you seen people with the Ozempic and I told you, Eric is a regular here. And I said, I don't want to be a ruler. I don't want to look like a pencil. I don't want to look like an antenna. I have a broad ass and I would like to keep some of it. I don't want to look like that. Oh, Jackie has a great Donna voice. Nice. Holy crap, guys. I'm listening to Webster comments of Jackie on STS about faking cancer. Just learning about this. See? It's a wild ride. Gloria doesn't care about being skinny, just wants to be healthy. Carrying all your weight in your abdomen. Oh, I carry all mine in my ass. I have some abdomen weight. I've had multiple abdominal surgeries, but no. I have no extraneous organs, so all of that's gone through surgery, and I'm a great wife. Thank you, Mr. Meter. You're going to make me cry. I haven't cried on this show in a while. We don't know, but they said they take 4 to 6 days. They have a huge list. They have experts coming in, all sorts of nonsense. Claudia says, when I was in my 20s, my goal was to be able to put my knees together and not have my thighs touch. That's thin. I don't care about that. I missed the rest. You reached a size 2 and started eating the next day. Yeah, he was heated. Stephen Webster was pissed. You got to watch that STS episode. Patty is real. Thank you. Wendy's older son is very tall and resembles his uncle. Oh, and I'm not a drunk. I'm not. But I do have a bottle of bourbon in my truck to give as a gift tonight. So I keep the conversation going and make us feel like friends. I think in this chat, there's definitely friendships developing. You know what I mean? I think so. Hi, Sally Nuts. Nice to see you again. Donna needs to make right with God. I'll just stop that right there. That's a fucking fact. They found Wendi. Yes, it was among other things, but says also false allegations were part of her settlement with the review board. They found Wendi by pinging her phone. I was reading a different case today where police did the same thing. Interesting. Yeah, I am take charge and take no prisoners right now. I have to. I don't have a choice. I've never been in this position to have a sick husband. I have no choice. And it's terrifying in a lot of ways because it's against my natural grain, but it is also freeing because have you ever tried to push the gas pedal and ride the brake at the same time? That's my life. It's been my life, and now it's not. It is kind of petrifying. Yeah, keep us informed, Jackie. Keep us informed. Let me see. See if I have anything new. You've been trying to put up daily shorts and just started lives. It's really hard work. Good for you. Especially when you're... I just like leaving that up there. I gotta go see that. Go look at Jackie. Today she created a very sacrilegious Last Supper. Whenever your significant other is sick, you do change. Thank you, Jenny. I definitely have. Oh, well, my jury duty's Friday, but yes, I hope it's very, very fast. Thank you, Debbie. The officer testified he didn't report his Wendi sighting until later. I'm sure he even says directly he didn't tell Isom in Wendy's interview. Isom didn't know until she said it. Oh. Frau Patty, I'd nominate Eric to be your writer. That would be fabulous. But I would do stand-up. I would go. I'd have to take my husband with me. God help me. But I would do it. I have a great stage presence. I'm going to take you with me. Miss Demeter, you got to come around. All right, guys, I got to get going. Thank you. I got to get going. I have an event to attend. I really appreciate you all very, very much. I pray for the Markels is all I got to say, because flying into Tallahassee is a bitch. And you got to, layovers coming out of Canada. It's difficult. And to sit there, they're all in there, like, if not 80, close to 80, day in and day out for 2 to 3 weeks is a lot. So definitely that's where our thoughts and prayers need to be. And for all the witnesses on the state's behalf, that they tell the truth and they don't hem-haw around the bullshit. And may she meet her sentencing with all that she deserves. Thank you all so much. Thank you, John Smith. Have a great evening. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.